Okay, we've gotten through our initial site visit and meeting. It was a pleasure to meet you both. I'd like to put a video together when I can see the potential of people's schedule getting in the way of our objective, which is to create a French door system in a drywalled opening. But I can tell you guys have got a lot going on. You guys got planes, trains, and automobiles. You're traveling back and forth, work, kids, going to school and sports events, etc. So I like to put a video together, and you can kind of pause on the details and such. The objective of our meeting was to take a French door system and put it in a drywalled opening. So the drywall opening has got to change a little bit. I need to, before we go too far, I'd like to get an idea of what the walls are doing. I'd like to bring out a laser and just kind of make sure I understand how flat the wall is, make sure it's geometrically correct. I want to bring out a stud finder just to kind of get an idea of what the framing is doing. I did locate two different suppliers. They both have the unit that we'd want. The first one is a little bit wider. It's exactly the width that I'd like it to be, and it's a standard opening. It's set up for a standard rough opening. And that first supplier has a transom set up if that's a preference that we go forward with. A lot of times when they frame the house, they'll add a few 2x4s in this scenario, just in case you do want some double doors, but I'm just not sure if that's what they did. On the second supplier, their rough opening requirements are quite a bit less, and I kind of prefer that because I'd be adding a little bit of lumber, maybe a 2x4 on the left and right side. And the reason why that's an advantage or a benefit is on the office side of things, I don't want the casing to get too tight to the adjacent walls. Also, when the door opens, maybe it slams into the walls a little too quickly. There's maybe not room for a door stop on both sides if we decide that we want to do that. So I just want to make sure that my trim is going to be set up right. Also, another concern that I have is, since we are going to paint these black, anything that's not black may show. So when you look through the glass on the other side, as the glass interacts with the door, you might see a white racing stripe go all the way around. So I'm a little concerned about that. My painter brought that to my attention, and I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, that's definitely a concern. I do have a couple of solutions, 3 of them actually. I can make a small piece of molding that goes around. It'll be pre-finished. I would attach that after the painter's done. Option number 2 would to have a window tint company come out and just put like maybe a 3/8 of an inch border all the way around. And that may have to happen only on one side. Option number 3, I could do the same thing myself, maybe using automotive pinstriping, just like a 1/4 inch little strip around the border. In the beginning, we've got to go through the process here. Of course, demo is the very first step. I'm going to protect the floor using ram board floor protection, and I just get that at the home center. Dust containment. Dust containment to me is a top priority. I use a zip wall system and an air scrubber. I use just this a shop filtration system. I bring it in, turn it on, leave it there for a couple hours, and I can remove it the next day and take down the zip wall system. Next on the to-do list is transporting the door unit and the trim. I've been caught before where I set everything up, schedule everybody, get everybody on board, and then only to find out that what my manufacturer has packaged was damaged. So they package things that are damaged, which is, just messes everything up. So what I do as a standard operating procedure is I'll go and pick it up, bring it back to my shop, unpackage everything, inspect everything, and then repackage it. If everything is good, I'll return it to the store and address my concerns there. But that's going to happen before I start the demo. I don't want to leave you guys, your house under construction if there's a problem. So I'll be coordinating back and forth with the painter and keeping him on schedule and making sure that our schedules align. Everything in your house, it looks like your doors and your trim were sprayed on site. They have a nice finish, no brush strokes or anything like that. So we'd like to achieve the same thing with these doors. My painter wants to come out, prep the area, and spray on site. He does this all the time. He's really good at what he does and very conscientious. In the wrap up, I'm going to install the inoperable handles on both sides of both doors. I prefer the surface mounted type. There's another type where you drill through the door. Neither knob operates anything. That hardware is typically more expensive. It takes more time to install, and since there's more parts, each one of those has got a little failure rate. I've had actually good luck with the surface mounted ones. The doors are received using what they call a ball catch. There's a spring-loaded ball bearing that's mortised into the top of the door and is received by something that's mortised into the header jamb of the door. I mortised that in, both pieces, into both doors. The second supplier offers with their door system a ball bearing hinge setup that makes the door swing nicely, keeps the squeaks away for a long time, and they're just a little better built. So that's what I want to use on this system. So lastly, moving upstairs to the little shelving idea that you wanted to run by me. My setup to display my RC cars looks like this. I use cabinet grade birch plywood, a common shelf standard that has an LED light strip that runs from the bottom to the top. And I have miter folded sides that conceal the French cleat system and any wiring. That shelving standard obviously holds a shelf bracket, and on that shelving bracket, I don't have one on mine, but on yours, we could just go and get some common simulated wood melamine that has a pre-edge banded edge, and it's going to sit on the shelf bracket. You don't have to have LED lights if you wanted to nix that idea. There is an outlet underneath the right window on the left side that would have to plug into the outlet that is on the adjacent wall next to the bed. Or if you wanted to take it to the next step and you'd have like some sort of a common shelving unit that would bridge above the window, and you would run a wiring chase through there. Okay, so we've made it to the end. That is a wrap for this terribly clumsy content creation. I'm hoping it saves us all some time and some aggravation. If there's any areas that you want to just pause and look at and have a conversation, I encourage you to do that. Go ahead and grab a notepad and compile some questions, get back to me. Hopefully I have answers to any of those questions or concerns, or if you have some creative ideas, you want to take things a little further, just let me know and I'll try to help you through this best way I know how.